You have a brilliant idea in mind and wish to convert it into a business plan that will earn you revenues. You spend hours of research to launch it in a cost-effective way. And that's when you come across the term MVP. You are not the first person to wonder what the hell this MVP is, and you are surely not the last. And if the above question have passed your mind, then you are probably wondering how to create one that doesn't cross the budget. Well, if you are, you stumbled across the right video. Hi, I'm Sean, co-founder of Innofied, and today we are going to talk about the ways in which you can make your MVP cost effective. Now, when I hear from startups every day, I see them stuck in a similar wave in which I was trapped some years back. They build an MVP, they do their marketing to-dos, but the MVP just didn't work the way they wanted. Today I am going to share with you the keys to keep your product truly minimum while not letting the budget get out of hand. A minimum viable product is the most basic version of a product with just adequate amount of features that can be launched. I'm going to tell you 7 benefits of creating an MVP. Firstly, it allows you to release your product in the market faster than a complete product. Secondly, it reduces implementation costs. Third, you can estimate the demand of your product before even releasing the complete product. Fourth, you can avoid failures and huge capital losses. Fifth, it allows you to gain valuable insights into what works and what doesn't. Sixth, you can work directly with your clients and analyze their behaviors, preference, and get feedback from them. And finally, with an MVP, you may gather and enhance your user base. Now, I assume that you understand the importance of a minimum viable product. But let's be realistic for a moment. Launching a product is no child's play. And although releasing a basic version of a product has a long list of pros, there is a catch. So why creating an MVP isn't an easy game? Well, you see, as the product prototype is crucial, at the same time, building one incurs significant cost for the company. Despite the fact that MVP results in significant cost savings as well. What I meant to say was, several startups do not know how to make the most of their budget. So how can you ensure that your strategy for building an MVP is truly cost effective? If you are an entrepreneur, own a startup, or a business strategist, and looking to launch your first mobile or web application, here is a trick that may prove to be most crucial. You need to adopt manual workflows for development of MVPs. What is a manual workflow? Let me explain. One of the most important roles of an MVP is that it aims to resolve the core problems that users face while offering them valuable solutions for the same. While automation is a time-saving process, in the initial stages of business, a manual-based approach should work better. This is because in the initial stages, automation requires a significant amount of resources to begin with. And if you involve designers and developers, that would mean more time and money. Therefore, I would suggest you to go for a manual approach first. Now, what is a manual first MVP, you may ask? The manual first MVP refers to creating an MVP in a manner that creates an impression of having all the features and functionalities in a complete app with your team working behind the scenes manually. The reason why I am asking you to follow this technique is that the app prototyping tools are used for the clientele. From your side, requests are completed manually. Now, after an MVP is successful, whatever tasks were being performed manually can now be coded for the final product. When you follow this method, you need not put your brains on working the code out. And once you get the whole process automated, you get out of the flexibility that was much needed in the initial stage of your startup. It's not a new approach. It's something that top product companies have been doing for years and successfully. There are numerous case studies, and I'm going to tell you some of them where you'll see how companies use this approach. The case study number 1, Dropbox. Dropbox MVP success story is one of the most inspiring one that comes to our mind. Dropbox came up with this idea of cloud solution for syncing files. At this stage, they needed a prototype or a product in their hand to find out if their customers would actually pay for the product. Investors also needed to see the viability of the idea to actually put their money into it. You must be wondering how Dropbox made both this happen without building an actual product. After all, development itself would have cost them a lot of money and effort. This is when they went for an MVP. It was a simple video that explained the concept on which Dropbox was based. The 3 minutes explainer video eventually created a lot of buzz. After Dropbox saw an increase in sign up from 5,000 to 75,000, a whopping 1400%, the investor got the validation they needed in form of market reaction. And at that time, the product was not even developed or launched. Case study number 2, we have Groupon. Their founder, Andrew Mason, went for a manual first strategy when it came to building Groupon. This was after he launched a startup called The Point without testing an MVP, and that startup failed. This time, the company started off with a WordPress site, and he started posting deals on a daily basis. When the orders started coming in, he generated PDFs manually and sent out emails containing the vouchers and coupons to the customers from his personal email. That was his MVP. Clever, right? Notice that everything was done manually with the help of third-party resources. And it was only after the product idea was validated and there was a genuine need for Groupon felt in the market that automation stepped in and took over the manual aspect of the business. Case study number 3, Zappos. Zappos owner Swarnendu began by putting up photos of shoes from local shoe stores on a website. Now when someone ordered the shoes online, he would come back to the store and buy it. I personally find this very smart. Instead of first investing the infrastructure and inventory, this gave Zappos a chance to answer the questions of whether their product would be accepted by the market or not. This is a very clever application of no automation technology. So to summarize the whole thing, the best way to reduce your cost while developing an MVP is to go for a manual approach than spending a lot of money on developing every aspect of the product. A lot of things can be done manually, as initially you will not get a lot of paying customers. There are various startups who initially release their product as a minimum viable product with this manual approach to become successful eventually. If you have any other strategies to make your MVP cost effective, I want to know about it. Please share your ideas with me and with our audience in this comment section. Let us know how you released the basic version of your product while maintaining the budget and what worked for you. If you are an entrepreneur, startup or businessman or someone associated with the tech industry, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We discuss a lot about the problems startups and entrepreneurs face and what are the best ways to deal with these problems. Please like and share this video and spread the message. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon.